Are you a content creator just bought a Sony ZV-E10 and stuck with a kit lens? You're limited by budget and in the market looking for lenses to significantly improve your video quality, but you're still struggling to pick the perfect lenses? There are so many options and choices available, especially in the Sony E-mount camera space, and the number just keep growing and growing. Today, I'm going to ask you to focus here. Here, I'm going to share with you the first two lenses that you will need, especially as a ZV-E10 user, where you mostly do video, vlog, and occasionally do some portrait photos or some landscape photos. The most important thing is the focal length. We are only covering two lenses and there are so many focal length available from 11, 24 and to 56. So the two lenses I will recommend is going to be 30mm and 35mm. Logically, they both must be spread out. If you are doing your photos, you will want a 24 or 56. This video, we are mainly going to cover APS-C. We're going to talk about these lenses one by one. We will go through together the focal length, strength, weaknesses, and why they are good for our APS-C camera, especially for the ZV-E10. And now let's start with the first lens, which is the Viltrox 30mm f1.4. So this lens is really a solid and high quality lens. That is no joke. It's metal built and it looks sturdy. There's also a tiny red mark writing a C here, indicating that it is a crop lens. Here you have an aperture ring, which is D-click and really smooth, so you can switch aperture from 1.4 to 16. And not just that, all across the internet, people are praising about these lenses, saying how sharp, how good quality the glasses is. This focal length is 30mm. If you times 1.5, you'll get 19.5, equivalent to 20mm. It is an ideal focal length to capture a wide field of view, which is best for vlogging and landscape. The strength of these lenses, of course, is the large f1.4 aperture. It allows you to capture creamy bokeh and the background blur is so smooth, offering you the great low light performance. When attached to the ZV-E10, you can even vlog with the active stabilization turns on, which will have a 1.4 times crop and your video will not be feeling too tight. You still have plenty of room to vlog with. The autofocus is fast and accurate on this lens. There will not be much focus breathing as well. Most important, the price is relatively cheaper as compared to competitors. It's cheaper than the Sigma 60mm and also the Sony 11mm. Of course, we talk about a lot of great things about these lenses. There's a certain con about this lens. It can feel bulky and heavy. It is around 420 grams. It could look like a full-frame lenses with its size when attached to a ZV-E10. There could be one question here, why not choose a 60mm lens? A 60mm field of view is very similar to those of the kit lens. It is not wide enough for vlogging as our head will occupy too much of the video. Though it is good for a shooting standard video because 60mm is equivalent to 24mm, it could give you a standard and normal field of view without so much distortion on a human subject. 60mm is really good for standard filming, but 30mm in comparison just offer so much more versatility, especially the field of view. You get a wider field of view, you can vlog, you can capture landscape, you can still do day-to-day video shooting. Remember, we can always crop in, but we cannot crop out or zoom out the video. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is that this is also a really good gimbal lens. I always attach the Viltrox 30mm to my gimbal and start to do my gimbal work. So let me show you some example here. Throughout 3 years, I think I owned this lens for 3 years. Being able to showcase an established environment with 20mm and also being able to crop in and focus on particular subject, 30mm is well enough to create a good video, a good event video or wedding videos. And the best reason to get this lens is that price is not that expensive. You can use this to take high quality pictures and high quality videos. I think 30mm is the best focal length, especially for a prime lens on a ZV-E10. Now let's talk about the second lens, which is the Sony 35mm f1.8 OSS lens. You may wonder why this lens. This lens is one of the most exciting release for Sony shooters, especially back in 2012. This lens has been released over 10 years ago, but this is still one of the most popular APS-C prime lens in the market right now. Here you can see I attached it to my Sony ZV-E10. It is small, portable, and capable to capture f1.8 portrait photos. On this lens, you can see it has a glossy finish to it, similar to the standard 16-50 kit lens, along with a built-in optical steady shot. This will help to reduce camera shake, allows you to capture sharp photos when you're hand holding the camera. So which is quite beneficial to our Sony ZV-E10, where our sensor doesn't come with an IBIS So the OSS does make a difference when you're hand-holding our camera to take slow shutter pictures or you are recording videos. This lens is still capable to produce high quality pictures. The results are sharp, the color renditions are accurate. So the focal length of 35mm, if you times 1.5, is equivalent to 52.5mm, which is essentially the nifty 50 focal length, ideal to capture products, portraits, isolating subject, and creating a depth of field. It is very usable for talking head shot as well, especially when you are setting up for interview shots. 50mm is a natural perspective close to what the human eyes can see, so making it perfect for a wide range of use. This is one of the must-own focal length for all the camera enthusiasts out there, no matter you're photographers or you're a videographer, especially for beginner. When I first got the 50mm, I take portrait like crazy. I really take a lot of portraits because this is the first time that I taste the f1.8 and the bokeh that it can render is really nice. Background blur is smooth, and most importantly, the subject is sharp and good focus. And this lens is a native Sony lenses with OSS. The autofocus performance is top notch. It did really well when shifting focus between subjects. It is almost seamless and it is silent. You can't really hear any noise at all. Overall, this lens is really an excellent lenses. And do not worry about the price tag. In recent times, the price of these lenses has come down quite a bit. It is now comparable to the competitors like Sigma 30mm f1.4. People have been forgetting about these lenses. Alright, so I have been telling how good, how amazing this lens is. But there's one problem that it might bothers you. This lens has only this major flaw. The issue is when you are shooting wide open f1.8, there will be green fringing. Sometimes it's quite noticeable, especially on high contrast area. But of course, this could be a small issue for you. You can still remove it in the Lightroom. I've used it to shoot some amazing graduation photos. Here are some samples. It is really sharp and maintains a good quality focus. And for video as well, you can use it to create good cinematic videos. F1.8, there's going to be a lot of creamy bokeh, which the DJI Pocket 3 cannot do it. I started out my ZV-E10 career with only these two prime lenses. I did not buy any zoom lens. It took around 6 months to design on this. The Sony 35mm f1.8 OSS and the Viltrox 30mm f1.4 lens. These two focal lengths will be able to cover all your needs. It is versatile, affordable, and reliable. And before you go, I also want to share with you guys how I got the money to buy these lenses. $100 or $200 to me is still very expensive. I might not be willing to spend on it. So where do you get money to buy these lenses? 35mm f1.8 lens is actually my first lenses. So how do I get the money? I actually participated in a Sony event, which is to create a short and a creative video to promote a certain places. So the first prize is going to be a Sony ZV-1 and the second prize is around $200 cash vouchers. So I'm really fortunate enough that my video actually got second place. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the ZV-1, but I actually get the cash vouchers. And literally, I was so happy and excited. I decided to just rush to the Sony store the next day and to buy this 35mm f1.8 lens. And this is the photos where I celebrate my first prime lens. Yes, I'm super happy that I bought it on the Sony store, which normally I couldn't afford. What about the second lenses? So where did I get the money to buy the Viltrox 30mm f1.4? I actually signed up for a credit card campaign, whereas we need to spend 1 to 2 transactions in this period of 3 months. Until then, I'll be eligible to claim a cash reward up to around $200. So after I got that money, I'm finally able to afford the Viltrox 30mm f1.4. This is a quick story of me getting the 2 prime lenses, even though I have really no money, but there's always a way, always a solution to everything. So I hope this video can help you decide on your future lens as well, and to give you some inspirations, to give you some idea on how to get your first 2 prime lenses. Okay, I think I should end the video here. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.